Okay, so hello everyone, this is day 4 now of me doing the daily recap here on the Oak National Academy website. I'm going to be covering year 6 only. So I'm covering year 6, and let's jump straight into this. As I always say, you can but you don't have to. You can do this P with Joe at 9 o'clock each day, on weekdays. And what I've noticed today is there's this new thing called assembly here, which is here um, every week from 11 a.m. Thursday. They're basically you're gonna watch this, and it's kind of like a virtual assembly where where the principal, Mr. Hood, is gonna talk, and he might invite some other people to come and talk as well. Okay, so let's jump straight into lesson 1. Lesson 1 is history foundation. How did Hitler rise to power? So here, when you first start, you're gonna have this introductory quiz here. So in total, approximately how many soldiers were killed or wounded in the First World War? 40 million. World War One took place during which years? 1914 to 18. Britain fought alongside which countries in the First World War? Choose all that apply. France, Russia, and United States. How much did Germany have to pay the equivalent of as reparations to the Allies? 100,000 tons of gold. Which option best describes the aim of each of the big three? David Lloyd George, maintain trade. Georges Clemenceau, weaken Germany. Woodrow Wilson, League of Nations. There. So after that, uh, you're going to have your video with Mr. Hutchinson, and you're going to talk about so the Weimar Republic, the Beer Hall Putsch, and Hitler's presidential campaign. So he will ask you to pause the video and do some of the things. Pause the video and write some. But after you've done that, you've got your quiz, because there's no independent task. You've got your quiz after you've watched the video. How did America help Germany recover after the war? The USA provided Germany with loans. What is the name given to the process of money becoming worthless? Hyperinflation. What was the name of the British Prime Minister in 1918? David Lloyd George. Which group was included from Hitler's community? Jewish people. In which year did the Nazi Party gain 230 seats in the German parliament? 1932. There we are. So after you did that, you've done your history there. You finished history, and lesson 2 is English. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to write formally with formality. So first you have your introductory quiz here. What is the purpose of an information leaflet? To inform the reader about a particular subject. Select all of the features of an information leaflet discussed in the previous session. It would be title, subtitles, formal language paragraphs. I can't remember that one. All the however, you might be able to do that, I hope. It packs so much greatness into its pocket-sized shores: the Tower of London, Edinburgh Castle, Buckingham Palace, Manchester United, and the Beatles. What is the use of the colon in this sentence taken from the example information leaflet? It's to introduce a list. The forces of nature, wind, sea, and ice, have combined to give this relatively small island kingdom an amazing variety of biomes. What is the use of brackets in this sentence taken from the example? It would be parentheses. Everyone knows that London is one of the world's greatest cities, but it is just the tip of the iceberg. What type of word is but in this sentence taken from the example? It would be a coordinating conjunction. One did visit the fine country of Great Britain numerous years ago. Select the word below which makes this sentence formal. This one would be one. There. After you've done that, you've got your video with Mr. Fozzard. You won't have to pause the video, as it's quite. He will explain everything, And then, but after he's explained it, you've got your main activity here. You've got your main activity. Here, these are examples from the video. Here, task 1. Rewrite the sentences below so that the text is in the third person. Counties in South East England include Oxfordshire, Surrey, Sussex and Kent. We call these the Gardens of England. I admire the gentle rolling countryside. My favourite national parks are the New Forest and the South Downs. You need to rewrite this sentence so it's in the third person. So this is what I put. Counties in South East England include Oxfordshire, Surrey, Sussex and Kent. These are called the Garden of England. It is known for its gentle rolling gentle rolling countryside. There are two treasured national parks, the New Forest and the South Downs. So, yours might be a bit different from what the teacher did, but as long as it's something similar, then it's alright. Task 2, you have to do the same, but rewrite the sentence so it's written formally. Central England, aka the Midlands, goes back ages to when it was the Anglo-Saxon Kingdom of Mercia. It'll amaze you that it covers a massive area, including Britain's second largest city, Birmingham, and Yorkshire with its famous tasty puds. So this is what I put. Central England, also known as the Midlands, dates back to when the Anglo-Saxon Kingdom of Mercia. It covers a vast area, including Britain's second largest city, Birmingham, and Yorkshire, with its renowned puddings. So, of course, the same, yours might be different than the teacher's, but as long as it's similar, that's alright. In task 3, in preparation for the next sentence, think about a place you would like to write about for your information leaflet. It could be the place where you live, your favourite holiday destination, or a place you would like to visit. Do a bit of research into that place and have a go writing 2 to 3 sentences in third person and formal language about that place. So after that, go mark your 2 activities. You can't mark your third activity as the teacher doesn't know what you did. However, after you marked it, you've got your quiz here. Which sentence is the most formal? It should be which watching too much television should be avoided. True or false? The following sentence is written in the third person. I went to visit my best friend last week. That would be false. Which of the following sentences is the most formal? Don't forget to lock the door. She suggested that her mother be present. Read the sentences below and tick the column to show whether it has been written in the third person or not. Let's see. Trees provide a perfect backdrop for the picture. That would be third person. You should try to eat. The car which finished first was driven by Michael, not third person. In the countryside, the streams trickle down the mossy rocks. And this one, you should try and eat at least 5 portions of fruit. I believe that would be not third person. Which of the following words is not a synonym for bustling? That would be amble. So after you've done that, you've completed English, and you've just got one more lesson, which is maths. So in maths, in this lesson, you're going to learn how to subtract fractions with different denominators and find term-to-term rules in fraction subtraction sequences. So when you start the lesson, you're going to have an introductory quiz. Add the following fractions: 2/5 and 1/3. That would be. So let's check. 2/5 and 1/3. 2/5 and 1/3. So 2/5 and 1/3. So what would that be? Times this by 3, which would be 6/15, and 5/15, which would be 11/15. So 11/15 here. Add the following fractions. Select the correct answer as a mixed number. That would be C. As you can see, that's not a mixed number, B, and A is also not a mixed number. Add the following fractions. Select the answer as an improper fraction. So here this is also quite easy. It would be A, because B is a mixed number and C is an improper is a proper fraction, normal fraction. What is the term to term rule for this sequence? It would be, let's see, it looks like it would be 1/6, 1/6. So then here you worked out the term to term rule in the previous question. What would the next fraction in the sequence be? It would be 1. There. After you did that, you've got your video with Miss Parsons. She will ask you to pause the video and do some activities, but they aren't too hard, and you will be if you got the hang of it. And then after you've got that, you've got your independent task here. So subtract the fractions below. Number 1. So let's see. A should be 19/30. B should be 17/24. C should be 1/9, and D should be 3/17. Question 2. So in this one, it should be 5/8. In this one, it should be 11/40, and in this one, it should be 7/20. Question 3. Complete the sequence. Ensure that your answers are mixed numbers in their simplest form. So term to term rule, subtract 3/4. So this one would be 1 and 7/8. This one would be 1 and 1/8. And this one would be 3/8. There. And now question 4. So this one, A would be 1 and 3/8. B would be 11/12. Here, C would be 2 and 10/21. And D would be 4 and 17/24. Question 5. For the school sports day, a group of students prepared 12.5 litres of lemonade. At the end of the day, they had 2 and 5/8 litres left over. How many litres of lemonade were used? The answer here would be 9 and 7/8. After you did that, go mark it. And after you've marked it, you've got your quiz here. Quiz. There. A final quiz. Subtract the fractions below. So this one would be 1/3, 1/5. Let's check that. So 1/3 and 1/5. Let's see, what would that be? So we've times it by 5/15 and 3/15. So let's see, it would leave us with 2/15. 2/15. Subtract the mixed numbers below. This one is easier. So here it would be, let's see, and so you turn the 2 and 1/2 into 2 and 4, 2 and 2/4. So let's see, to subtract 1 and 3/4, which would be 3/4. I ate 1/4 of a cake. Zach ate 1/8 of a cake. What is the difference between what we both ate? That would be 1/8. A man walks 7/8 of a mile to school. Jania walks half of a mile to school. How much further does Iman walk than Jania? Let's see. So this would be times that half by 4, which would be this. So it would be 3/8 of a mile. Solve the subtraction equation. Here we times the quarter by 4 to make it 4/8, and we'll still have 1 and 3/8, and then times the 3/4 by 2 to get 6/8, and then we'll have 3/8. We should. No, sorry, not 3/8, 5/8. There. After you've done that, you've done your quiz, and also you have finished your lessons. You finished the lessons. Yes, so remember, every week there's going to be assembly from Thursday at 11 a.m. It's going to be published, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. So goodbye and stay safe.